I'm Valerie from EFT Providence. Today I'd like to talk to you about mistakes. We all make them, but we don't all feel the same way about them. Sometimes we're afraid to take a chance because what would happen? What if it's a big mistake? Well, you won't know till you try. And if you're afraid to even make the first move, then you'll never find out at all. And you'll be stuck exactly where you are next year, the year after, next week, whenever it is. So the first step, perhaps, for moving on is to lose your fear of making mistakes. It's not about doing something wrong, it's about how you interpret it and where it takes you from there. Some of the things that were perceived first as great mistakes turned out to be wonderful. Did you know that Post-it notes were developed because the person who was working on it, he wasn't working on Post-it notes, he was trying to develop a super strong glue. And what he came up with was the perfect glue for Post-it notes. Mistake? Not at all. It just turned around into something wonderful. So are you ready? Even though I'm afraid of making mistakes and taking risks in my life, might be perhaps because of what other people will say. If you want to make a big life shift or even a small job shift, you're afraid to take the risk. So even though I'm afraid of taking that risk because it might be a big mistake, I trust that I'll know what the right move for me is. Even though it doesn't really feel right to me right now, if you're feeling it somewhere, like in your stomach or in your chest, a heaviness somewhere when you think about taking a risk, I deeply and completely love and respect myself enough to take a risk if it means that something good is going to come out of it for me. Even though I'm afraid to move in the direction I want to go because I've never been told that I had any talent at it at all, it's still something I've always wanted to do, and I choose to move forward with it. It's fear of taking risks. I'm afraid I'll make a mistake. If I make a mistake, people will laugh at me and call me stupid. I can't bear the thought of making a big mistake like that. It's very important to me what other people think of what I do and say and look like. I'm afraid to take the first step because it might be a big mistake. It's too difficult for me to take a risk because it might be a mistake. It's wrong to make mistakes. I deeply and completely love and respect myself. I choose to take risks because of the possibility of growth in that risk. There's no such thing as a risk, really, or making a mistake, just opportunities for growth. I choose to be relaxed and happy about taking risks and filled with excitement about the possibility that even making a mistake brings. Sometimes it's even fun to make mistakes, see what else comes out of it. Everybody makes mistakes, and the sooner I get to it, the sooner I'll get through it. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, and I trust my intuition, and I know that moving in the direction that I want to go in will ultimately be the right thing, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. I choose to release any thoughts or ideas or attachments that keep me from taking risks and accepting my mistakes as a growing opportunity. Now, as we've been tapping through all this, there may have been particular people or situations you've been in that have led you to believe that making mistakes is bad. If somebody came down on you for spilling milk, maybe, it's milk. You clean it up and you move on. But that feeling that you're bad, that there's something bad about you for making mistakes, may be the exact key that's holding you back. So tap on whatever came up for you and stay with it till the idea of making a mistake is almost laughable to you. It's like, what difference does it make? There's not a single thing that I can do wrong that can't be fixed. This is Valerie from EFT Providence. You've just tapped into life. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.